Corinthians and Sao Paulo, two teams who have every right to consider themselves Brazilian footballing royalty. And when they clash, sparks tend to fly. Corinthians may hold the edge historically, but if we know one thing about derbies, it's that such history counts for very little. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Once again, Sao Paulo, a city of divided allegiances, a concept in no way alien to the man in our expert seat, Jim.
Well, Peter, I would say that this is without doubt one of the more notable rivalries you will see in the Latin American continent, mainly thanks to the way Brazilian football is structured. Sao Paulo, the most popular supported club in Brazil, and then you have Corinthians, the club seen as championing the local cause. How appropriate is it then that this is called the Majestic Derby?
The action has already started. Pride, tradition, the game neither dares lose. Another rendition of this never-ending feud. It will never lose its significance. Neymar. Oh, he's bustling. Neymar! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Now it's Del Piero. Del Piero goes on a run down the left wing. That's an excellent interception. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I've been hugely impressed with what I've seen so far from this guy, Jude Bellingham. You don't become a regular at one of Europe's leading teams at 17 unless you're very, very special. And he's the epitome of, if you're good enough, you're old enough.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Neymar. Plays a sharp little ball here.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Corinthians yet to have an attempt on goal. Baresi. Rijkaard. Cannavaro. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And Batistuta! Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle. And we have the first dead ball situation of the game. Promising one. That was travelling.
Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
And he's intervened well there. Cafu. Corinthians have got it back and they'll have another go. Baresi. Del Piero. Almost half an hour in now. Bullet constantly looking for the ball into the box. Always onto this. Real chance! Rijkaard with the clearance. Rijkaard. Thuram. Now it's Vieri. It's a searching pass. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He's through, now is he in? Strong challenge, that could leave a mark. Bellingham. Bullet. Now it's Neymar. And this is Del Piero. This might spell danger. He's having a shot! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Over to the left. Now it's Del Piero. Hakimi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Bellingham.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Now it's Vieri. And he plays one through. Cafu. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Neymar gets into some space. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And we're underway again.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Could move up a gear here. Vieira. Looks to the other side.
That's a great ball crossfield.
Rijkaard. Vieira. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Batistuta! He's got away with one there.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
And this is Del Piero. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Royce. Gets a good foot in there. Sao Paulo can't breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And it's Bellingham. Pullet. Shoots! He's scored!
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Del Piero being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
And that's another good win of the ball. Pass somewhat off target. That's very disappointing, it has to be said. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Neither of these two want to come off second best. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Pullet. Now it's Del Piero. And here's Batistuta. Can he get onto this? And it's hoisted clear. Quality ball.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Ball driven towards the far post.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Del Piero.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he's there to belt it away. That's a throw. And Hakimi. Oh, good-looking ball. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's a sharp pass. 75 minutes played. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
He is through here. Del Piero. And the keeper gets his hands on it. And he cuts out the supply. And that was nowhere near his best. Corinthians are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
The final 5 minutes. Oh, that's clever.
Sao Paulo really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Substituição no time do São Paulo. Camisa 13, camisa 2, camisa 19, camisa 10, Neymar. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 27, camisa 24,
Threads one in.
camisa 20, camisa
Bellingham.
8. Substituição em andamento.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. And that's it. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the... Corinthians and Sao Paulo, two teams who have every right to consider themselves Brazilian footballing royalty. And when they clash, sparks tend to fly. Corinthians may hold the edge historically, but if we know one thing about derbies, it's that such history counts for very little. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Another day, another derby. The Paulistas simply cannot get enough of... Oh, shooting chance! It's bounced back off the post. Oh, and again! Goal! Sao Paulo! And Sao Paulo score first. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Sao Paulo have their opener. It tries a shot! Batistuta! Glorious! A finish of true class! They have heard the starter's pistol and come racing out of the blocks.
Well, as options go, that was a superb choice. It's over and in. Job done.
So that's two now without reply.
To be expected, Peter. They've...
Shot a goal! There it is! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
We have got Vieri, gets through on his own. Can he finish? It's in! Corinthians are back in business. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
We have ourselves a real game here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Played into space. That's beautifully weighted. That is lovely. Pleasingly open affair so far. Goals wherever you look. Cafu is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And this is Del Piero. That's good defending, very good defending. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball one clean. And Del Piero! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Del Piero is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Hakimi. That's Tura. Rijkaard. Gullit. Neymar touches it back. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Neymar. Rijkaard gets across to intercept that. Great vision. Now it's Del Piero. Gullit dominates aerially so often. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Cafu. It's a promising run he's making on the right. Plays a sharp little ball here. It's a good-looking delivery. Bellingham looking to add to his goal. Gullit. Bellingham. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Strokes it back, and it's Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Sao Paulo finding their passes. Baresi. And it's Robertson. Gullit. Now it's Neymar. Oh, well played. Cafu. Now it's Vieri. Now it's Del Piero. Is that a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's forced to go back. Throw in. Cafu. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Baresi. Robertson. Looking to play him in. Oh, played through for the wide man. He's gone for goal! And for a moment, time stood still.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
And the half-time whistle goes. Corinthians are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. So there was the first half.
Well, who would have expected both teams going in level after that? Lots of drama, and Peter, please don't ask me to pick a winner.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. What a good half. They've gone blow for blow, and it's 2-2. Corinthians get the second half started. Now it's Batistuta. Looking for the run. Oh, nicely intercepted. And it's Batistuta. And this is Iniesta. Iniesta was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Good ball, good take. Decent chance! Oh, super goal! A finish right from the top draw. And the comeback is complete. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Corinthians go into the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even...
Real chance! Wonderful from Del Piero! That is a gem! An absolute gem! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Royce has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, nice touch. Neymar. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Neymar. Oh, some tackle that. Neymar. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pull it. Oh, easy pickings there. Bellingham. Oh, it's Batistuta. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's found support out wide. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Big shot, Vieri!
Vieri really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Cannavaro. Bellingham. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Now that's a lovely exchange. Robertson. Now that's well seen too. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Looking for a runner. Can he get onto this? Robertson. Thuram. The pass has gone astray. Now it's Vieri. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Oh, well played, well played. Pull it. Not the most accurate pass. Royce threads one in. Cannavaro gets rid without sophistication. Now it's Del Piero. Well, that's an excellent interception. And he shoots! Thuram deals with that comfortably. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Iniesta. And he's picked out the run. Oh, can he get onto this? And it's Neymar. Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now, can they... Shapes to shoot! Searching pass he's played there. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Iniesta. Cafu. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Vieri. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cannavaro demonstrating his defensive quality there. Well, it's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. It's Vieri! Just cruising! They are cruising! And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable. What's your opinion on that goal?
Well, I thought once he got the first part of it right by getting his knee over the ball, it was always likely to be drilled very low, and so it proved.
And that's it. Corinthians have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Vieri, very much the hat-trick hero. What an extraordinary game he had.
Foi uma derrota difícil.
Well, this is a truly majestic occasion. Two of the best teams in Brazil going head-to-head with local pride on the line. You'd better believe that this will be something special. It is Corinthians versus Sao Paulo, and it's about to kick off. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Once again, Sao Paulo, a city of divided allegiances, a concept in no way alien to the man in our expert seat, Jim.
Well, Peter, I would say that this is without doubt one of the more notable rivalries you will see in the...
Goes for a shot! Free-flowing, fluid, flexible, just some of the words that describe the genius that is Ruud Gullit, a player whose impact on the game remains so profound, so relevant today.
Yeah, you could almost say...
Oh no, what has happened here? Baresi. And it's Cannavaro. Strong challenge, that could leave a mark. Thuram did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Gullit. He is through here. And this is Batistuta. Batistuta was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Serginho going face-to-face with his great rival. Vieira demonstrating his defensive quality there.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Looking for options for movement. Neither side yet able to find the net. Tries to pass it through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Rijkaard calmly anticipates. Now it's Vieri. Aims beyond the defence. Dink through.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And this is Batistuta. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, perfectly measured that. Look at the space here. Batistuta showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Hakimi picks it up out wide. And we have our very first corner. And that was very necessary. And it's Hakimi. Passing nice and neat. Corinthians are looking to go forward now. It's a pretty loose pass. Back into the middle. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pass somewhat off target. Baresi. Ball's gone out of play. Rijkaard. Looks to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Cafu is one whose deliveries we all know about. Here's Vieira. Cafu. And the return pass. Royce. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Plays the return pass. And here's Vieri. Threads one in. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Could move up a gear here. And it's Serginho. Oh, good read. Robertson. Spread neatly. Pull it. Now there's a fine ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Not the most accurate pass. And the whistle goes for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How would you review the first half?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, and I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. And after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Corinthians are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Well, they could break here. Cafu. That looks a good ball through. Cafu. Maldini pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. And it's been taken short. In with the challenge. It's their second corner of the game. Oh, smashing header! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
Cannavaro. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. Iniesta plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And here's Batistuta, and it's Serginho. Now that looks a decent ball. He's got tall. There's a goal! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the...
He's having a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Cannavaro. Del Piero being hunted in packs.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
And he's gone looking for safety. Del Piero. Del Piero. Thuram goes sliding in.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's worked it through. Maldini. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pull it. And Serginho. Maldini. Sao Paulo looking to pass their way. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it. We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Camisa 13, camisa 10.
And it's Schneider.
Neymar. Camisa
Kessié! Brilliant from Kessié! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. And that big chance! Oh, should have put that away.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it.
Vieira. And that's another good win of the ball.
Corinthians are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence, or attack, for that matter.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. And he welcomes it in. Passes short and sharp. Pull it. Great chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are cruising away. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And the through ball. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Baresi gets across to intercept that. Spread out to the left. Oh, Red, nice interception. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's an excellent interception. Yamal. Nicely weighted ball. Adams cuts it out. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. Corinthians and Sao Paulo, two teams who have every right to consider themselves Brazilian footballing royalty. And when they clash, sparks tend to fly. Corinthians may hold the edge historically, but if we know one thing about derbies, it's that such history counts for very little. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Another day, another derby. The Paulistas simply cannot get enough of this. So I wonder, what does our derby specialist make of it all?
Well, Peter, I would say that this is without doubt one of the more notable rivalries you will see in the Latin American continent. Mainly thanks to the way Brazilian football is structured. Sao Paulo, the most popular supported club in Brazil, and then you have Corinthians, the club seen as championing the local cause. How appropriate is it then that this is called the Majestic Derby?
The action has already started. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. It never lets us down. This familiar tale ready to be retold. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Baresi promptly onto that, and that is that. Tries to play it through. Searching pass he's played there. Now it's Bellingham. He's shifting through the gears here, and that's not going to reach. And he's quick to get it clear again. And here's Batistuta. Now there's a fine ball. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now then, the ball's come loose. Caught offside that time. Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Cafu, nicely weighted ball. And this is Vieri. And he's onside. Ball comes in. Corinthians, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Floated through. He's got away. Hullet. And he welcomes it in, tries a shot! And that was probably asking just too much.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Stood up well to him there. They get a throw in. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Played into space out wide. Neymar. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Cafu. Cannavaro. Oh, they could be caught out here. Played towards the other side. Looking for options for movement.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Bellingham. Great vision. Now it's Hullet. And it's Iniesta. That is good alertness. Cannavaro. In with the challenge. Oh, no joy this time. Robertson. And they can counter here. And it's Robertson. Can he get away here? Royce. And smartly reclaimed. And here's Vieri. Picked out shapes to shoot! Goal! Corinthians! The breakthrough strike!
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Bellingham. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. He's a sharp little ball here. Maldini pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Well, that has not gone well. And here's Del Piero. Well timed, excellent interception. Neymar for Iniesta. Iniesta can see things others simply cannot. Changes him with that pass.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Royce. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. Corinthians head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead.
Substituição no time do São Paulo. Camisa 7. Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 27.
Here we go again then. Corinthians carrying a 1-goal lead. Iniesta. Now it's Batistuta. And it's Neymar. Oh, good-looking ball. Now it's Vieri. Pass somewhat off target. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cafu producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Now that is a hefty challenge. Sao Paulo needed that, they really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Royce finds himself offside. Maldini. And the pass is intercepted. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now it's Batistuta. Batistuta. He has a look up. Cannavaro robs him of possession.
Oh, that's real confidence in that tackle.
He's having a shot! There it is! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Sao Paulo grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Who saw this coming? From the cusp of victory to the cusp of desperation. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And it's Neymar. And he welcomes it in. And it's made its way to him. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Now it's Hullet. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's really well manoeuvred.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Hullet is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
It's Vieri! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Substituição no time do São Paulo.
Corinthians with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Neymar, camisa 11, camisa 13, deixando o campo para a entrada de
Scholes with the short one.
Camisa 20,
And that's a throw-in.
camisa 23, camisa 4, substituição.
Cannavaro. Played in deep. He scores! That looks a decent ball. And this is Torres. Vieri. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, whistle's gone. Now then. Corinthians, with the clock ticking away, have a chance to change the whole picture. The ball is on the spot. Here we go. Corinthians! As close to a certainty as can be.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
Corinthians take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, it's the type of call that can't be given if there's even the slightest doubt. It had to be spot on.
The pass has gone astray.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Nice sequence of passes, this. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Scholes. Cannavaro. Oh no, this does not look good. Takes a shot! Dispatched clinically. They have stolen level at the last. Well, there was to be no other outcome.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where...
And the shot! The whistle has gone and it is all over. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, that really did fly by. It's one of these games...
Corinthians and Sao Paulo, two teams who have every right to consider themselves Brazilian footballing royalty. And when they clash, sparks tend to fly. Corinthians may hold the edge historically, but if we know one thing about derbies, it's that such history counts for very little. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Another day, another derby. The Paulistas simply cannot get enough of this. So I wonder, what does our derbies... Hullet! Rude Hullet! That is just a piece of art!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
He has given that the lot. Bang!
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Shoots! And we have our very first corner. And that should get the job done. Cafu, Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Probably be looking to play it square from here.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Serginho. Now it's Batistuta. Quarter of an hour played. He's in space and looking for options. Well read, and the danger is averted. It's gone out for a throw-in. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Rijkaard goes sliding in.
Corinthians are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Rijkaard. Serginho going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Hullet. Serginho. Hullet picks it up out wide. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the through ball. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Iniesta plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. That's a super... And Batistuta! Oh, glorious batting goal! About as smooth as it gets. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion.
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
Sao Paulo are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Corinthians have their second corner now. And that's not going to trouble anybody. And there isn't a whole lot anyone can do with that corner. Serginho engages and forces him off the ball. And this is Vieri. Big chance! Rijkaard. Neymar.
That's going in strongly.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Turan. And it's Cannavaro. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Always onto this. And It's Royce. No way through there. Corinthians are still behind as we reach out for half-time. He's picked his way through. Serginho, a lot of space ahead of him. Backward it goes. Takes a shot! This time, surely! They want to be quick to recover this.
Sao Paulo have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Cafu, it's a searching pass. He is through here. Chance! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Oh, that's a great chance from a really swashbuckling run. His manager will be wanting more of that.
Not the most accurate pass. Iniesta. Iniesta hurtling down that right flank. Now it's Batistuta. That's Rijkaard. Oh, good spread. Hakimi picks it up out wide. And this is Hullet. And the referee brings the first half to a close. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive. Everything you'd expect from Derby Day. That gets things going for the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
He's had a shot! Yes, it's in! The second half off to a spectacular start. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Corinthians are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And the shot! Thuram. Neymar. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. And this is Vieri. Iniesta did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Vieri. And this is the real chance! Goal! Corinthians! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were all...
That's a foul, no two ways about it. The referee's come over. It's a red card. It looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, I suppose the other choice, Peter, would have been to let your opponent score, so he had no other option.
Substituição no time do São Paulo.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 24.
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
There's a certain aura about him today, tremendous.
Cafu. Maldini does well to get it back. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Corinthians have hit a quick-fire double here and are right back on level terms. Vieri is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. And it's Serginho. Hullet. Decent chance! Chooses to go cross-field.
Well spotted.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, this looks sharp. Who saw this coming? This is going right to the wire. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Hullet. Sao Paulo looking to pass their way through. And they can counter here. The ball has bounced loose now. Pass somewhat off target. Looking to play him in. And they're quick to get it back. Ambitious ball here. Well, played right into his path. Oh, some tackle that. Sao Paulo needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Not much subtlety about that challenge.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
It's a promising position. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Hullet. Hullet. He's got away. Shot a goal! Oh, off the bar! And he nearly went all the way.
Yeah, I think he's a little annoyed with himself there, Peter, because he did pretty much everything right up to the end.
Substituição no time do São Paulo.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Camisa 10. Neymar.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Camisa 23. Substituição.
Kante makes the interception. Corinthians are looking to break at pace. He's having a shot! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
And that is not the first time, Peter, the keeper has been left exposed by this defence. It needs a quick fix.
Now that looks a decent ball. And he's in on goal. Oh, that's a fine challenge. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Now it's Hullet. Cannavaro demonstrating his defensive quality there. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or... Well, this is a truly majestic occasion. Two of the best teams in Brazil going head-to-head with local pride on the line. You'd better believe that this will be something special. It is Corinthians versus Sao Paulo, and it's about to kick off. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Another day, another derby. The Paulistas simply cannot get enough of this. So I wonder, what does our derby specialist make of it all?
Well, Peter, I would say that this is without doubt one of the more notable rivalries you will see.
Iniesta! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
And it's made its way to him. Great ball if he can get there. Ah, such a clever touch. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That has ended up in no man's land. And Royce! Oh, nearly, but not quite. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And back to the keeper. Hullet. And he's intervened well there. That is good alertness. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Hullet. Great vision. That's the keeper's ball. Nicely aimed pass. And it's Iniesta. And this is Batistuta. Well, the movement is slick, the speed, little doubt, that is a foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Substituição no time do São Paulo.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Oh, that is a good... and he shoots!
Camisa 4.
He's gone direct here. That's good play. Vieira. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, it's hard not to be impressed with Achraf Hakimi, who has proven himself in many of the top leagues at such a young age, Peter. He's tactically very astute, he's versatile anywhere on that right flank, and you see him make overlap after overlap, and he loves to stretch defences.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. And he was quick to react. And this is Vieira. Driving on and making good progress. Cannavaro robs him of possession. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Well timed, excellent interception. Threads one in. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
It's gone out for a throw-in. Cannavaro. Sao Paulo finding their passes. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Iniesta plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cafu. It's a searching pass, and he's worked it through. Vieri! Lovely idea, just didn't get it right.
I actually fancied him to score then, but we should give the keeper credit for doing his bit.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's managed to get free. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Now it's Batistuta. Iniesta. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. It's a threatening ball. Cannavaro with the foul. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Oh, smart save, he had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Corinthians with the corner, they're first. And it's been taken short. Cafu plays it in. And now a sudden chance to counter. Beckenbauer. Iniesta. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Hullet. And it's Neymar. And here's Batistuta. That has been cut short. Looking for the run. And this is Vieri.
Might want to be careful there.
Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Maldini has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Yeah, and the ref told him it was coming, and he still failed to heed the warning.
Royce, Hullet demonstrating his defensive quality there. Iniesta. And the first 45 minutes are up. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. The midway point of the game.
Corinthians ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0.
Substituição no time do São Paulo.
And the second half gets underway.
Corinthians clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. And the shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Corinthians are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Corinthians have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Can he get on the end of this? Rijkaard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Batistuta. Well, that's a little loose. Robertson.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
It's Vieri! He has done it! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And this is Vieri. He's shifting through the gears here. Vieri! It's loose now and they want to get it back. They want to throw in. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face. Chance! Another big chance that gets away.
Corinthians really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Cannavaro. Referee's given a throw. Adams. Looking to play him in. Now it's Del Piero. Oh, delightful ball. Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And that's another good win of the ball. Batistuta was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Tries to pass it through. Nice interception, well timed. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Corinthians clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
He has found the way through. Beckenbauer did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Vieri. And he plays one through. Always shot a goal! Just cruising! They are cruising! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Now it's Batistuta. And it's Iniesta. Iniesta touches it back. Now it's Vieri. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he is going into that little black book. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Rijkaard gets it clear. The referee's awarded a free kick. Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Neymar. Batistuta. And he's been shifted off it.
Sao Paulo appear determined to play through the middle again. And guess what? It's the same result.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. Now, what about a counter-attack? Pullet. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's a little off target. Now it's Del Piero. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. It's a pretty loose... He's had a shot! Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. Corinthians can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest. Well, this is a truly majestic occasion. Two of the best teams in Brazil going head-to-head with local pride on the line. You'd better believe that this will be something special. It is Corinthians versus Sao Paulo, and it's about to kick off. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Another day, another derby. The Paulistas simply cannot get enough of this. So I wonder, what does our derby specialist make of it all?
Well, Peter, I would say that this is without doubt one of the more notable rivalries you will see in the Latin American continent. Mainly thanks to the way Brazilian football is structured. Sao Paulo, the most popular supported club in Brazil, and then you have Corinthians, the club seen as championing the local cause.
He's had a shot! Oh, some inspired defending there. And we have our very first corner. Not the most accurate pass. Now this could be a chance. And he shoots! What a wonderful goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Neymar demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Sao Paulo penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Batistuta. And it's Serginho. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Serginho. And here's Batistuta. First quarter of an hour gone. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Takes a shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. Pullet goes on a run down the left wing. Great ball, and he's in here. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Iniesta! Oh, it's hit the post. Hakimi, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. And that's put paid to a promising move. Played back in, out to the right. Hakimi providing an outlet on that flank. Robertson, it's a pretty loose pass. Aimed beyond the defence. And that was asking just too much of him. Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Robertson. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Well read, nice interception. 15 minutes till half-time. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's Batistuta. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. Cafu. Royce. Now that is a hefty challenge. Royce cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Iniesta.
Pretty robust defending.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Iniesta and Hullet! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Sao Paulo have their third corner. Hakimi goes short. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. Corner number 4 coming up here. And that has been cleared. And he's straight offside. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Vieri. And it's Vieira. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. Del Piero. Del Piero! And he was there to get a vital touch.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Vieri takes control of it and he's on the move. Searching pass he's played there. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Cafu. And here's Vieri.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Cannavaro robs him of possession. And we've reached half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. That gets things going for the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Rijkaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. And this is Batistuta. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And here's Hullet. And he was quick to react.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Hullet. Now it's Del Piero.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, super find. And he's onside. Looking to go. It's a mighty effort. Dispatched clinically. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant. Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
Can he get on the end of this? Royce being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Well, he's not getting any further than that. Knocks it into space. He has a look up.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Rijkaard. Look at the space here. He's away. And the shot!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
It's anyone's ball now. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And that has been clubbed away. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Who saw this coming? Corinthians have dragged it back at the last. He's got away. Out of play for a goal kick. Somewhat off target. Threads one in. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And he's there to make the challenge. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. There will be a throw-in. That pass isn't the best. Batistuta. Iniesta. And that could set him on his way. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Vieira with the slide tackle there. He's found a way past. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Sao Paulo desperately searching for the winner here. Looking to play him in. Oh, shooting chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. That's going to go a long way. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and
Good
quickly.
spell of possession, this.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now he's got space here. Maldini. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking for the run. Tries to play it through. Can he get it through? It is a corner. Good chance. Desperate defending required here. Gullit plays it short. And that has been knocked clear. And that is as far as it goes. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable... Well, this is a truly majestic occasion. Two of the best teams in Brazil going head-to-head with local pride on the line. You'd better believe that this will be something special. It is Corinthians versus Sao Paulo, and it's about to kick off. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Another day, another derby. The Paulistas simply cannot get enough of this. So I wonder, what does our derby specialist make of it all?
Well, Peter, I would say that this is without doubt one of the more notable rivalries you will see in the Latin American continent. Mainly thanks to the way Brazilian football is structured. Sao Paulo, the most popular supported club in Brazil, and then you have Corinthians, the club seen as championing the local cause. How appropriate is it then that this is called the Majestic Derby?
Takes a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, it's probably going to take something very special to beat him today.
And we have our very first corner. That's an excellent interception. And now they can spring out of defence. Neymar tries making a foray down the right. Oh, that's a key interception. Great vision. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Neymar. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, it's Batistuta. And now they can clear their lines. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
The fella you're looking at, Peter, Achraf Hakimi. I think one of the better offensive fullbacks anywhere in the world. He's very much the modern fullback. He was a winger, moved a little bit deeper, but he still has that passion to get forward. And we know it's backed up by a great engine, and occasionally an eye for goal.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. And that's been won straight back. Batistuta. Oh, shooting chance! Just off target. Robertson spots it and intercepts. A probing pass, and this is Vieri. Chance for a shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. And it's Rijkaard. Robertson. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And that's going to be a booking. Well, this may not be the kindest angle for a direct hit.
Yeah, plenty of jostling in that box, they just need a good delivery.
Looking for options for movement. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Corinthians have their second corner now. And he gets rid in a hurry. Thuram attempts a clearance. Rijkaard. Sao Paulo are looking to go forward now. And this is Batistuta. He's picked his way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now that's well seen too. Oh, easy pickings there. Can he get it through? It's a pretty loose pass. Hakimi. Now it's Hullet. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Aimed beyond the defence. Played in by Robertson. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Corinthians have their third corner. Cafu goes short. Oh, nice touch. Ah, that's a fine interception. Sao Paulo have the chance to go the other way. Not the most accurate pass. Played back to the goalkeeper. 30 minutes gone. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Shot, and the shot! It's hit the upright. That is good strength. Oh, some tackle that. You have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Batistuta. Cannavaro goes sliding in. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Baresi gets across to intercept that. That is good alertness.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Great ball, and he's in here. A real chance! Decent enough try. Bullet. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Nicely shaped ball. No, that's been intercepted. Could move up a gear here. Rijkaard. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Neymar goes on a charge to... And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. Here we go again then.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Now it's Hullet, and he's found a way, and a chance! It's there!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Corinthians get their fourth corner. Shot a goal!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That has not gone well. Iniesta knocks it into space. Passing is crisp and sharp. Threads one in. Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Del Piero. Decent chance! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Tries to play it through. And this is Del Piero. Thuram did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, important interception. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Oh, they've broken out here, and this could be the moment. That's been cut out, well played. Serginho. Tries to pass it through. Played out towards the right wing. Crosses it in here. Ah, now can they counter? Oh, that's well spotted. Looking for the run. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And here's Royce. Now it's Vieri. Sao Paulo can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were...
Can he finish? Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Royce fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
Cannavaro. Well played for Rijkaard. Played back in. Well read, nice interception.
Sao Paulo clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter.
And Batistuta! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Substituição no time do São Paulo.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Neymar. Camisa 13. Camisa 11. Camisa 27. Deixando o campo para a entrada dele.
Keeper has taken decisive action. This looks promising.
Camisa 24.
And that has been clubbed away.
Camisa 7. Substituição.
Sao Paulo really will have to throw everything at this now. Tries from a long way out. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. And this is Batistuta. Well, that looks a decent ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Schneider. That has ended up in no man's land.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Temos 3 minutos
Real
de
chance!
acréscimo.
Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Batistuta is onto it in a flash. That'll be a throw-in. Del Piero is herring after that one. That is a great pick out. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other, but it wasn't to be, and they're all square. Vieri claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, that really did fly by. It's one of these games where everything progresses at 100 miles per hour, and at the end of it, this is what you can sometimes get. There may have been no winner, but still a tremendous watch.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, it was 2014 that Corinthians relocated to this high-tech arena. This the ultimate demonstration of their power as a club revered amongst the world's supporters. Their fan base believed to be somewhere in the region of 30 million people. The action has already started. And this is Eto'o.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Royce plays a sharp little ball here. Ball driven towards the far post. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
He can run onto that. Raul. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's through here.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. And it's Royce. Ambitious ball here. It's a promising position. And it's claimed by the keeper. It's a pretty loose pass. Demetrio Albertini, another vintage Italian midfield maestro.
And one of the early pioneers of the withdrawn playmaker role that we see so much of these days.
Yeah, it's become de rigueur.
Yeah, we're talking pivotal presence with this guy.
Albertini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Cafu.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And this is Eto'o. A heavy challenge. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Looking for the run. Del Piero is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Albertini tries to play it through, and he's picked it up out wide. And across. Vieira clears it away. Vieri. Messi. Mbappe. Cafu cuts out the pass. Corinthians are looking to break at pace. Great defending, strong and determined. Cannavaro. Vieira. Now it's Del Piero. And it's Cruyff. Albertini. He's had it taken off him. Now it's Royce. That's tidy. Del Piero proves just a little bit too strong. Mbappe. And that's put paid to a promising move. Rijkaard. Corinthians looking to pass their way through. Royce, and he was alert to it. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Mbappe! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Mbappe clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Recife with the corner, there first. And he can clear it away. And the shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Corinthians have the chance to go the other way. And here's Eto'o. Royce. Oh, it's come loose. Royce in the hunt and looking threatening. Now he's got space here. Lahm could try cutting inside here. Tried the volley, but no.
Well, I think his mind was made up the way that ball arrived, and I certainly admire his willingness to hit the volley.
Mbappe.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
Oh, they could break here. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, that's a key interception. There's the whistle for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So your views on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0.
Substituição no time do Corinthians. Camisa 10. Sai para a entrada do jogador. Camisa 18.
And the action is back on the way.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Cafu is always looking to play quality balls. And back to the goalkeeper. Corinthians, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Cannavaro. Rijkaard. Passes coming off in quick succession here. That's Eto'o. Stoichkov out to the right. He's in plenty of space here. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Looking for a runner. Oh, well played, well played. Khan is there to clear. That is ended up in no man's land. Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. Now that looks a decent ball.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
60.179 espectadores.
Sport Recife are totally dominant in the middle of the park.
And the shot! It's in! The breakthrough arrives at last! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
Recife have fired themselves in front.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. A probing pass, and he's intervened well there. Played into space. Stoichkov is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And the finish! It's in! And this is getting better and better. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
That's really well manoeuvred. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Sport Recife clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And that pass just didn't quite work.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Rijkaard. Corinthians finding their passes. Cannavaro.
That was lovely, that.
Oh no, what has happened here? He's found a way through. Shot could... and the shot! It's a loose ball, and the keeper couldn't hold it. Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are cruising away. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
A case now of complete control.
That's going in strongly.
Royce. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Great vision. Will play through for the wide man. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
The great team, the people's team. That is what Corinthians have... Oh, what has happened here? And this is Cruyff. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Raul.
It's hard to overlook the presence of Tony Adams at the back here, Peter.
Can he finish? And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Spread it left. Nice control. And this is Royce. Cruyff. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. That's really nicely played. And it's Scholes. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Mbappe! Shot could... Chance! Goal! Recife! And Recife are in front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So, a breakthrough already. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Del Piero. And this is Vieri. Takes a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Driving forward. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And the finish! They want to be quick to recover this. He's got away with one there. Corinthians with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And it's been taken short. Not quite sure who got the final touch, but it will be another corner. It's their second corner of the game. Scholes plays it short. Lovely feet. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
It is another opportunity from a set piece they have here. There's the shot! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
Albertini. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. And here's Raul. Looking for options for movement. Delivers the ball. Vieira getting this one clear. That's a throw. That's an excellent interception.
Corinthians really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He has a look up. Crosses it in. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Vieri is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Royce. That's good play. Could try cutting inside here. Muscular approach does pay off here. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. And it's Del Piero. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. That's an imaginative pass. It's Eto'o! Sensational from Eto'o! About as smooth as it gets. And this is getting better and better. Everyone waited for the cross, but he had other ideas.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
Recife are doing very nicely, thank you.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Vieri. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. But they've got it again. Cafu. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Up he goes! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Rijkaard. Now it's Eto'o. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Could move up a gear here. That has ended up in no man's land. Mbappe. Now Albertini. And that interception was most necessary. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Corinthians really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Substituição no time do Corinthians. Camisa 7. Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 18.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Corinthians do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Cafu chasing after it. Baresi. Now that's a lovely exchange. Now it's Del Piero. Recife keep calm in the face of danger. Corinthians have their third corner. He's having a shot! Oh, taken with style! And the second half is off to a flyer! We have got ourselves a game here. What real chance! It's loose now. Oh, he's been caught on it here! Turns and goes back.
Corinthians have certainly changed the dynamic, but I'm not quite sure whether we're going to get patience or impatience now.
Cafu is looking to influence the game from out wide. Almost an hour gone. Corinthians perhaps contemplating their next change here. And that was very necessary. And they're back on the ball again. And it's Rijkaard. It's a good spell of possession, this. Vieri! He's done very well to get to that.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Nicely weighted ball. No luck with that dink over the top. And that is a little undercooked. The less said about that pass, the better. Cruyff. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Tries to pass it. Chance for a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
So their fourth corner of the game. They've played it short. Very nicely done. And the shot! He's got a goal! Corinthians are back in business. What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Oh, that's nice. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That has not gone well. Pass somewhat off target. Adams cuts out the pass.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Dink through. Oh, cracking. It's Eto'o! Oh, should have put that away.
Eto'o fully appreciates that. He could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
That's good vision. Eto'o! Sensational from Eto'o! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And again they hit the front.
Oh, Peter, it's a lovely piece of deception in shaping to whack it and then opting for a lovely little lob.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Substituição no time do Corinthians.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Oh, there's the clearance. Time is running out here.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
And he's managed to get free. And he climbs up big! Didn't quite get enough on that.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Cruyff has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles.
Well, not the best way to deal with it, but the
big header! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life...
Oh, what's he done? And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
It's Eto'o! Looking to play him in. And this is Vieri. He's away. Raul. Cruyff. So, what can they make of this? Crossed into the middle. And he's quick to snatch it back. It's a pretty loose pass. Ambitious ball here. And he's picked out the run. Look at the space here. Great chance! No mistake! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well,
And that is as far as it goes. Corinthians perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.